Hi everybody and welcome back. We're going to do some yoga. If you're new to my channel, then welcome. I'm happy to have you here doing yoga with me. Unroll your mat, grab props if you'd like to use them, blocks, a strap, a belt, a bolster, anything that you feel helps to augment your practice, great. If you either don't want to use anything or if you don't have anything to use, that's also fine. We can work around it. The yoga is flexible enough for sure. I'll give you a few seconds to get those things together and I'll see you right back here. Okay, we're going to start today on our belly. So coming onto your hands and knees, come forward, lay all the way down on your belly. Get yourself into a nice, reasonable spot. Then take one hand in front, the other hand on top, so your elbows are basically pointing out to the sides. Rest your forehead on the backs of your hands. Take a moment, maybe shift the hips a little or relax the shoulders. Of course, please modify your practice today as it makes sense for you. And just feel the shoulders melt away from the ears. Relaxing the hips, relax the legs. And just keeping the breath moving in and out through the nose as best you can. Feel free, if you like, to engage a gentle ujjayi breath. That's the breath with sound, a gentle snoring sound at the back of the throat. That helps to generate some heat in the body. And one of the things that's great about this time of year in the fall and as we approach winter, and the weather is cooling off a bit for the most part, we can do things in our practice that heat up the body a little more effectively. We're adding some more core strengthening things that always helps to kick up the heat. So from where you are right now, keep your left leg relaxed on the mat. Keep your right leg on the mat, but point your right toes away from you. As you point your right toes away from you, keeping the top of the foot on the mat, start tuning in, I guess really is the thing to do. Tuning into how your right leg engages here. And keeping both hip bones on the mat, float your right leg about 2 or 3 inches off the mat. Feel the back of the right leg lift up toward the sky and hold for another deep breath in. Then exhale, lower the right leg toward the mat. Relax the right leg. Just let it all go. Switching the sides, now your left toes point away from you on the mat. Don't get too far ahead here. Keep the top of your left foot on the mat. Again, tuning into the engagement of your left leg. As you point the toes away, you start to feel how the leg activates. Then keeping the hip bones both flat on the mat, just float the left leg up about 2 or 3 inches off the floor. Keep the toes pointing away and we'll hold for another deep breath in. And exhaling, lower the left leg and relax. Then activate the right leg, point your toes away. Inhale, lift the right leg up. Exhale down, just again 2 or 3 inches off the mat. Left leg, inhale, lift, keep the toes pointing away. Lower down. We'll do one more time each side. Inhale the right leg up, point your toes away. Lower it down. Left side, inhale, lift the leg 2 or 3 inches. Lower it back down. Now releasing your hands alongside the body, so sweep the arms straight back behind you. Turn the palms face down on the mat. You can either bring your chin to the mat or your forehead down on the mat, but keep the palms flat. You can separate the feet a little bit and lift your legs, lift your head up. So bring the shoulders back a little bit. Keep the legs lifting up off the mat, and we'll hold for another deep breath in. Then exhale, lower down. Lifting on the inhale again, come up, keep the palms flat on the floor. Lower it down. We'll do one more like that. Inhaling, come up. And exhale, lower down. Interlace all 10 fingers behind the back and press the palms together, straightening out the arms. You can keep the feet just a few inches apart. Then inhaling, lift, right? Pull the shoulders back a little. Relax your gaze past the nose, and let's hold for another deep breath in. Come up and lower down. Release the hands. Bring the hands to opposite sides of your chest on the mat. Press to child's pose. Bring it back. And let's hold here for about 3 deep breaths. One more breath. Return to hands and knees. Let's take it back to downward facing dog. And of course, in your first down dog, feel free to walk out the feet a little, stretch the legs out. Just waking everything up and tuning into how everything else feels in the body. Keep the breath strong, keep it steady. Taking an inhale, lift the heels up. Then as you exhale, relax the heels down. Bring it forward to plank, shoulders over your wrists. You can drop the knees to modify or chaturanga, lower halfway. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. And bringing it back to your downward facing dog where we'll hold for another full breath. And lifting up the right leg, lift it nice and high. Step to low lunge, bring your foot through the hands, carry the foot through if you need. Step your left foot, the back foot, up behind the right foot so your right leg crosses in front. Just drop the head down as you fold, relax. One more breath. Bring your left foot over to the left side with the feet just a couple inches apart from each other. Then slowly roll up to stand as you press down and uncurl, lifting all the way up to stand. Soften the shoulders, Tadasana, gaze past the nose. Inhaling, sweep the arms around. Exhale, dive over the legs, soften knees if you need, lift the chest, inhale. Exhale, left leg back in low lunge. And press the right leg back to plank pose. Take an inhale and chaturanga or drop the knees. Upward facing dog, knees off the mat in your up dog. And bringing it back to downward facing. Or feel free to take child's pose. Let's give it 3 deep breaths. As you look back at your feet in down dog, make sure that your heels disappear behind the toes, keeping your feet nicely parallel, looking like the number 11. Then from your downward facing dog, we'll lift up the left leg, big inhale, reach high. Low lunge, exhale, step through. Now your right foot steps up behind the left, so the left leg crosses in front. Drop the head down as you fold, holding for one more breath. And stepping your right foot over to the right side. Again, keep the feet just a couple inches apart. Roll up one more time to stand. Press through the legs, uncurl. Lifting all the way up. Head up, soften the shoulders back, Tadasana. Inhaling, sweep the arms around. Exhale, dive, Uttanasana. Chest up, inhale. Exhale, right leg back, low lunge. Then inhale, plank pose, left leg back. Chaturanga, exhale. Inhale to the back bend, upward facing. Exhale to downward facing or hold in child's pose. Let's give it about 3 more deep breaths. Keeping the breath nicely focused. One more deep breath. Put a little bend in the knees, look forward. Step or hop your feet to the front. Lift the chest, inhale. Then exhale, round down and fold. Bring your feet together this time, toes and heels touch. Sit deep in chair pose, bend the knees, lift the arms, plug the shoulders back and either look straight ahead or just let your eyes look up between the hands. Take another deep breath in, then exhale, dive over the legs. Step the left leg back in low lunge. Soften the back knee, look forward, setting up high lunge, press through, reach the arms all the way high, lift up. And look past the nose. We're gonna set up a nice sequence, building strength in the legs. Look forward at one point. With an inhale, lift the left knee up and bring your hands to the left knee. Now step back to high lunge, arms overhead. We're gonna do that again, adding an open twist to the left. So look straight ahead. Take an inhale, float the left knee up, hands to the knee, keep the left knee lifted. Now bring the right arm forward, open your left arm out to the left side. Maybe shift your gaze to the left for a breath. Then come back to center, arms overhead, high lunge, step back. We'll do that again, so we'll put it all together. Look straight ahead, lift the left knee, hands to the knee. Open your twist to the left, right arm forward, left arm back. Bring the arms overhead again, high lunge, step back. Good, warrior 2, reach out, look over the right hand, hold for a breath. We'll reverse warrior, sweeping the right arm over, adding half moon, Ardha Chandrasana, reach the right arm out, use a block if you like under the right hand, lift the left leg, lift the left arm. Lift up and away, get yourself steady, see where you are first, then when you can, keep the breath moving, shift your gaze left, maybe look up at your fingertips and hold for another deep breath. Return to warrior 2 as you float back, come up, reach out. Go right into side angle with the right arm down and sweep the left arm around. Let's hold it here for another deep breath. Right, lengthen, keep the right knee bending. Then look down, let's low lunge, hands to the mat. Turn on the back toes. When you get here, side plank, Vashisthasana, go to the right. Keep your left hand down and stack the right leg on top. You can modify any way you choose if you want to lower the left knee or stay where you are, or maybe even float the right leg up. Hold for another deep breath. Come back to center plank. And you can either go directly to your down dog or flow through. Chaturanga up dog. Meeting in downward facing dog. Let's hold it here for another deep breath. Lifting up the right leg, big inhale. Low lunge, exhale, step through. Step your left foot up behind the right foot so the right leg crosses in front. Drop the head down for a breath. And we'll transition briefly through standing split. Float the left leg all the way high, head down. Now stepping all the way forward to the front of the mat with your feet back together, toes and heels touch. Chair pose, Utkatasana, sit deep, arms up. Dive over the legs, head down. Right leg back, low lunge, soften the back knee. Look forward, high lunge as you press through. Reach up, lift up. Look forward again. We're gonna do this twice to get the sequence right. Look straight ahead at one point, then lift the right knee, hands to the right knee. Open a twist, bring your left arm forward, right arm back, and maybe look toward the right, one breath. Center it out, arms lift, high lunge, step back. So we're gonna put that together and do that one more time. Look straight ahead, lift the right knee, hands to the knee, left arm forward, right arm back for your twist, opening to the right, arms overhead, high lunge, float back. Slow, controlled movements get it done. Warrior two, reach out and hold for another deep breath. We'll reverse the warrior, left arm over. Half moon, Ardha Chandrasana, reach the left arm out, float the right leg up. You can always put a block under the left hand if you choose. Lift up, reach high, and when you can, when you're stable to do so, look to the right, maybe look up and hold one more breath. Float back for warrior two, right foot back, come up and reach out. Parsva Konasana, side angle, left arm down, right arm sweep it around. Find some length, keep the legs strong, and we'll hold one more breath. Look past the right arm. Look down, low lunge, hands to the mat, turn on the back toes. Vashisthasana, side plank, the right hand stays down. Sweep the left leg on top of the right. Lift the left arm. Try to do the same thing that you did from the first side. So you can always lower the bottom knee, maybe float the left leg up. One more deep breath in. Let's come back to center plank. Breathe in and either go down dog, exhale, or chaturanga. Flowing through and meeting back in down dog. Let's hold it here for another full breath. Inhaling, lift the left leg. Exhaling, low lunge. Step the right foot up behind the left. Head down as you fold. Transition through standing split. Now the right leg reaches high, head down. Step all the way to the front and fold over the legs. We're gonna change it up a little bit, but adding the high lunge sequence. Feet together, Utkatasana chair, sit deep, arms up. Dive over the legs, head down. Left leg back, low lunge, look forward. Press through, high lunge, lift up, reach high. Just one time with the lunge and the twist, lifting the left leg, hands to the knee. Open your twist to the left, right arm forward, left arm back, look left. Then come back to center, arms up. High lunge, float back. Warrior two, reach out. Reverse the warrior with the right arm over, straighten the right leg, adding triangle pose, Trikonasana. Turn the arms, right hand down, left arm up. Look left, maybe look up, one breath. And let's add a fancy move here, not so much of a move, a hold. Float your right leg up under the right ear, left arm over the left ear. One more breath. Come up, warrior two, reach out. Breathing in. And we'll low lunge, breathe out. Turn on the back toes, side plank, Vashisthasana, face the right side, left hand down, stack the right leg, one breath, any variation. Come back to center plank. Either go directly to down dog or flow through. Hold one more breath. Taking an inhale, lift up the right leg. Low lunge, step through. Step the left foot up behind the right foot. Relax the head down over the crossed legs. Standing split transition, left leg high, forehead down. Step all the way to the front, fold over the legs. Bring the feet back together again. Sit deep in chair pose, Utkatasana, arms high. Dive over the legs and let it go. Right leg back, low lunge. Look forward, setting up high lunge, press through. Reach high, relax the shoulders. Just one time for the sequence, lifting the knee, opening the twist. So look straight ahead, lift the right knee, hands to the knee. Open your twist, left arm forward, right arm back. Look to the right if you can. Then center it out, arms high. High lunge, float back. Warrior two, reach out. Reverse the warrior, left arm over and straighten the left leg. Trikonasana triangle. Turn the arms. Reach down, reach high. One breath. Bring it, actually, taking our fancy move, I almost skipped it. Now your left arm floats up under the left ear and the right arm over the right ear. One breath. Come back up, warrior two, deep bend in the left knee. Big inhale. Low lunge, exhale, hands down, turn on the back toes. Vashisthasana, side plank, right hand down, left leg on top. Left arm high. One breath, any variation as you choose. Try to do the same thing from the first side. We'll take it to center plank, breathe in, and either go directly to down dog or flow through. So you can have a more active practice or a more restorative one, completely up to you. Taking an inhale, lift up the left leg. Exhale, low lunge. The right foot steps up behind the left. Drop the head down as you fold over the crossed legs. Standing split, the right leg lifts high, forehead to the front shin. Step all the way forward to the front and fold. Bring your feet together. Let's do a little Bakasana, crow pose. Great way to engage bandhas, which helps to develop some core strength as we lift the pelvic floor and draw the belly button in toward the spine, right? Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha. So drop the palms flat, spread the fingers wide, look in front of the hands. Keep your knees bending as much as you need, lifting your heels, bring the knees to the upper arms close to the armpits, but make sure you're looking in front of your hands. If you're looking straight down, I assure you this is really not gonna happen, because as you try to lift up, you're gonna do a somersault forward, which would be fine if that's what your goal is, but we wanna lift the feet and make this an arm balance. So look in front of the hands, arms, or rather knees at the upper arms toward the armpits. Look forward, lean in, and maybe you're here on your toes, or maybe try floating the feet up. And if your feet lift up, try bringing your toes together. Keep the breath moving. The breath is going to help you with the balance always. Let's try one more time. Return your feet to the mat. Come into a forward fold. Let's do some Padangusthasana, hand to toe pose. Your feet separate about hip width distance apart. That's approximately the space of 2 fists between the feet. And grab your big toes in yogi toe lock. First 2 fingers of each hand. Grab inside the big toes. Chest up, inhale. Then exhale, head down, elbows out. And just let the head drop down. If you want to modify here, you can hang over the legs in ragdoll pose with your hands holding opposite elbows. Let's give it another 2 or 3 deep breaths. One more. Taking an inhale, we're lifting the chest. Exhale, releasing out your toes. Let's step back into plank pose, and from plank pose, let's come onto hands and knees. Let's take a little child's pose to give ourselves a little breather. Toes together, separate the knees, and you can reach the arms straight forward. Maybe turn the palms up, or you can just slide the arms back behind you. Either way is totally fine, and let's hold for another 2 or 3 deep breaths. And we'll return to hands and knees. Go back to your downward facing dog. As we wind things down, step your right foot through the hands, low lunge. Parsvottanasana, pyramid. Turn the back heel at a 45-degree angle. Straighten the right leg, and if you want, you can put your blocks under the hands here. That helps you to find a little height, which may make it easier to get into the stretch, so by all means, please feel free to do that. Round, your forehead releases toward the front shin. Try to level the hips, relax the toes, right? Your left toe is kind of angled out a little bit. Your right toes point forward, and your right thigh kind of spirals in a little, which helps to keep everything level. One more breath. Take it to low lunge. As you rebend the right knee, look forward. Standing split, bring the hands a little in front of the right foot. Lift the left leg, head down. Maybe take your right hand to the right foot, draw in a little closer. One more breath. And let's add a little Shiva squat here. You can keep your hands on the mat. Tap the left knee behind the right, bring it in. Inhaling, lift up the left leg, low lunge, float back, pigeon pose, right knee through, left leg back, sit tall, modify on the back, doing the reverse figure 4 if you need to today. If you're otherwise good to go, keep the hips level, no sliding right or left. That's where blocks and bolsters and other props come in handy to help keep you centered. Slide the arms out, head down. And we'll hold it here for another deep breath or 2. And as you come out, we'll slide the hands in, head up. Roll to your right hip. Bring your left leg around as you sweep it around, both legs out front. Bending up at the knees, we'll do a little Navasana boat pose. Roll back slightly off your tailbone, hands right underneath the knees. Lift your feet, keep the knees bending. Option if you want to straighten the legs. Either way is fine. Let's hold. An option if you want to hold it, you're fine. If you want to go for it slowly, doing a little alternate toe tapping. And it's not about how fast you go, it's actually how slow you go that makes the difference, right? We'll give it another full breath. Keep the chest lifted. Then bring the knees in, and actually bring your hands, interlace the fingers just at your right knee and extend the left leg out before your leg touches down. And then switch, switch, and switch. Hug the left knee in, and then we'll switch, switch, switch. Bend at both knees, heels on the mat. Slide your heels all the way forward as you set up Paschimottanasana, seated forward fold. Sit tall, hands on the legs, and just slide the hands out. Reach for your feet, and we'll hold it here. Lengthen, shoulders back. This is where a belt or a strap comes in handy if you want to use that to help get to your feet. If the knees need to bend a little, let them bend. That's okay. Let's hold for another full breath. And as you come out, just slide the hands in, return upright, return to hands and knees. Let's take it to downward facing dog. Last one. Shaking it off, stretching it out. If you feel strongly about taking a plank chaturanga up dog, feel free to flow. Otherwise, you can skip. And we'll give it another deep breath. And switching out the sides, low lunge, step your left foot through the hands. Parsvottanasana pyramid, the right heel turns down at a 45-degree angle. Blocks under the hands if you'd like to use them as you straighten the left leg and round forehead toward the left shin. So now the right toes angle out a little, left toes point forward, your left thigh spirals in a little. Hold here and breathe one more time. Take it to low lunge, put a bend in the left knee, look forward, standing split, the hands a little in front of the left foot, float the right leg high, head down. Option to keep it there, or maybe take your left hand to the left foot to draw in a little closer. We'll add a Shiva squat here. You can do this with two hands on the mat. Tap the right knee behind the left, bring it in. Lifting up the right leg high, low lunge, float back, transition into pigeon, left knee through, right leg back. Sit tall, keeping the hips level, no sliding right or left. Use your props as you see fit. You can even roll up a blanket or something under the left hip or thigh. Modify on the back, doing the reverse figure 4 if you need. And if you're good to go, you can keep everything level, slide the arms out, head down, resting pigeon, 2 or 3 deep breaths. And coming out, we'll slide the hands in, head up. Roll to the left leg, bring your right leg around. We'll do one more set of boat pose, Navasana, bending up at your knees, hands just under the knees, roll back slightly off the tailbone, lift the feet, reach the arms out. You can keep the knees bending or straighten the legs, gaze at your toes, breathe. And again, if you tried it on the first side, maybe do the slow toe tap, alternating toes, slow movement, chest up, nice deep breaths. And we'll take one more full breath. Now bending up at your left knee, interlace fingers just under the left knee, extend the right leg out. And then we'll switch, 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 hug the right knee in, then we'll switch, 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 bend up at both knees, and now we'll roll down onto the back, hug your knees in toward the chest, rock a little side to side if that feels good, maybe a happy baby pose. Enjoying a nice releasing stretch here. When you feel released out enough, just let go. Let's set up our Shavasana. Lay back, extending the legs out. Allow yourself some space as you separate the feet a little. Drop the arms out, turn the palms up. Just sink back on the mat. Close your eyes. We're letting go of the breath here, just letting the breath return to its more neutral rhythms. No more ujjayi. Feel the forehead soften, relax the jaw. Let your shoulders melt back. Soften the belly, relaxing fingers and toes, just embracing these few moments of stillness before returning to your day. Feel free to remain for as long as you have time for. Get the most out of your Shavasana. Otherwise, I will leave you here today. Thank you again for sharing your practice with me. Until we meet again next time on the mat, namaste.